Well, I tried to think of something funny to say, but I couldn't come up with something. So let's just jump into it. Hey kids, we're live.
The future is bright indeed. We're all of us dreaming of the better days ahead, and a part of your bright new future could be a move to where the magic lives in the greater Orlando area of Florida. One of the biggest decisions you'll make when considering a move is selecting a realtor who can successfully match you with the right home in the right location at the right price. Victor Naraki is the realtor who can help you make the move you've always wanted to. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking to move near Disney World, Victor is in your corner. If you are looking for an experienced real estate agent covering all of Central Florida, please visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today and find out just why you should work with Victor. I encourage you to create a free, no-obligation account on his website. By doing so, you'll unlock the website's full potential and be able to enter specific criteria, save listings, and browse new properties sent to your email. Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today or visit his Facebook page, Victor Naraki Realtor. And don't forget to tell him the Grand Circle Tour podcast sent you.
Happy Love Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day!
I was supposed to have a red shirt for tonight. I ordered a really cool Mickey Mouse shirt on Etsy 2 weeks ago. Still not here.
Oh,
So I'm wearing Bowie. Bowie is love.
that's okay.
Favorite Bowie.
It's
Very
red.
nice.
There's red in there.
Yeah.
All right.
There is.
It just looks like Bo, though, the way I'm sitting. So how are you guys?
All right.
Fantastic.
How are you?
Bea, you're more fantastic than the rest of us. We got to skip through all the lovey-dovey stuff so we can hear about your trip.
I'm still on cloud 9.
Oh, I bet.
Okay. Mary says sharing is caring. So yes,
Everybody share this out. To
Please.
everyone you know. Tweet it, Snapchat it, smoke signal, who knows? Just get it out there.
Absolutely.
So do we want to
Hi,
do
Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Oh,
My God, you're doing it faster than I can keep up. Slow down, lady.
Lots of talking.
Got to say hi to everybody.
So what are we talking about tonight before we do the tip of the week?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day, romance, and relation to Disney. And then we're literally diving into the ocean to talk about Bee's experience on her wonderful cruise that she just came back from. And if that ain't love, I don't know what is.
Now, Chris,
right?
you and I recorded a Valentine's episode last night. I think if we just remember what we said, you and I could probably just regurgitate what we said last night.
Yeah, we could. We
Exactly. Disney's the best place to go for celebrations in general, but love is even another grander scale.
Disney is the perfect date night, date day, date week. It's just perfect for couples.
Yes, it is. So speaking of that, let's do the tip of the week.
Let's do that.
And then we
Get this
can
out of the way.
get into our subjects. And speaking of going to the parks, which we all love to do, here's your tip of the week. Now, this one is more for maybe some Disney newbies who don't know about this issue. But when you are going to book your trip, when you go to buy your tickets or you're buying your package or whatever, you must make a park pass reservation as soon as possible. You have to have that park pass reservation, even if you have your tickets. You're not going to get in if you don't have it. So keep that in the back of your mind. Get that park pass reservation done as soon as possible.
And it's really, really easy. I bought tickets for the 25th and 26th of April, and it's all there together. You just click it, right when you get your tickets.
Yep.
And that way you can get in.
Yeah, but it's a step that could be easily missed if it's something that you don't know about, and then you're going to get there and they're going to say, "Oh, but you don't have a park pass reservation. You can't."
I would be devastated if if Mickey turned me away. I think I would just be just tears.
And from what I understand, and maybe B can correct me if I'm not correct, is that is going to be a thing going forward, at least through 2022.
Right.
So it seems to be a thing for quite a while, and it is something that's so easily missed. I actually had a cousin come here on spring break, and she bought tickets, but she didn't ask me or make a park reservation. So it's not like the old days when you can just buy a ticket and go to a park. You have to make a reservation to the first park that you're going to go to. Even if you have a park hopper, you have to choose the first one.
Yes. Hi, Holly.
Holly, are you on a cruise right now?
Happy Valentine's Day, and happy anniversary to Mary Wells and her husband Steve too. Both of them are celebrating anniversaries today.
I should have gotten married on Valentine's Day because I am that husband. I know it's in July. I know it's in the back half of July. But I always forget what date. I was busy that day. The numbers didn't stick.
Oh, no.
Oh. Well, I never can forget B and Brian's anniversary because it's Paul's birthday. So those two things are ingrained in my head. So
our first anniversary.
Yeah.
The real one. If any of you know, if you get married on a cruise ship, they don't do real ceremonies on international water. So we had our real ceremony here before we left. And we called it our wedding party because we just basically had a party and did our ceremony. And then when we got to the ship, it was just all ceremony and pictures and all that fun stuff.
So let's talk about this romance stuff a little bit before we get into B's cruise experience.
Do we have to talk about the lovey-dovey stuff? I just want to hear about the big boat.
Let's just talk a little bit about that, and then we'll jump in. So each of you, what would you say your favorite romantic spot is at a Disney park?
I hate it when we don't do homework first because now I have to
think on my feet.
This is a pop quiz.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm trying to narrow it down.
I am too.
Can I just say all of Disneyland?
Oh, Disneyland, yeah.
Except for the restrooms, just all of Disneyland.
Okay, minus the bathrooms. Now, see,
in Disney World, you can even add the restrooms. You can add Rapunzel's, and there you go.
That's true. That's
Now, one of my favorite spots to kind of just chill and sit back and just enjoy is by the waterfalls in the Canada Pavilion.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay. Lily says the wishing wells near the castle. Yes.
That is beautiful too. Mine is one that kind of takes you out for a little while, but it's not always great in the full sun. So it depends on the weather. But I would say the Lily Bell. Just go find a nice bench on it. You have, beautiful scenery as you're going around. It's just a nice quiet. Usually it's quiet because it's not always so full. It's just a great spot but in a full sun, I would probably make a different choice.
Yeah.
I'd probably go.
It's funny because I was thinking the train also. Not the Lily Bell, but just the train together. Hold hands and just look at the scenery.
Or even the people mover. I love that to just kind of sit, relax for a bit. You're not running around. Just a great calm place to go.
I'm not going to say what we used to call the people mover at Disneyland because this is a family-friendly show, but I can see the Disney World one being romantic.
Well, if somebody else was on here and, we were talking about that, it would be places that you would do things that wouldn't be appropriate.
Okay, I have to bounce Chris out now.
Chris is on the wrong show tonight.
I know. I know it's Valentine's Day, but calm down, lady.
Well, I would never do that, so it's not me. So
confessions.
All right,
Chris,
let's dive into the cruise. I am just so excited to hear about everything.
Oh my goodness.
Well, tell us when you left. Tell us what you did first.
Right? With today being Valentine's Day, actually, one additional thing, I went to the Magic Kingdom in hopes of seeing the princesses with their princes as they usually do. But this year, I was just telling you guys right before we went live that they didn't do that this year. They didn't have the princess with their princesses. They, I think they focused their attention on their new Adventure Friends cavalcade and their Mickey Celebration cavalcade, which were beautiful, by the way. So that's a great, wonderful thing to go see. But it wasn't the extra love stuff happening today.
No. Did they have any decorations up for today? Any hearts or anything?
Nope, I didn't see anything like that. And I even went up to a cast member and asked, and she did not know of anything either. She said, well, the princesses are coming. And I said, well, are the guys coming with them? And she's like, I don't think so. So nope, they did not.
It would be so, they should have at least just done one of those.
Something. And even Mickey and Minnie were on separate little floats in their cavalcades because it's Mickey's celebration. So, he's got his, and they're in their beautiful iridescent costumes. So it really is beautiful, but they weren't together. So it wasn't quite so lovey. At least the parts that I saw, I didn't notice anything. And I asked for anything special and couldn't find anything.
Holly says Disneyland didn't do any Valentine's Day decorations either. So
that's a bummer.
So there's that.
Are they still selling pins for the different, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day? Are they still doing that? Do you know?
I sometimes see some, but I wasn't looking for that today. I actually was looking at the 50th pins, which were amazing. There's like the iridescent castle, and there's some really nice special pins.
I did get 3 pins.
Are there Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror, or Jungle Cruise pins? Because I'm going to need those.
There are lots of great characters, rides, all sorts of fun pins.
There was a really cool pass holder 50th pin that I did pick up. It was not cheap, but I did get it. So yeah. All right, let's talk
now
cruise.
Jumping in the ocean. Oh my gosh.
Jump in the not literally jump in the ocean.
You know what? If the ocean was nearby, I would do it. I miss the beach.
I'm telling you. And I was just on Castaway Cay twice because we had a double dip on our cruise. We went there on the way out, and then we went to Nassau for a day, and then we came on the way back. We did originally have Grand Cayman in our itinerary, but we weren't able to stop there. So I was quite happy to go to Castaway twice. That was an extra bonus.
Are you ever tempted to just let the boat leave you at Castaway?
We talked about that. We're like, hey, they're going to be back in 2 days. So why don't we just
stay?
There's hammocks, there's food, we'll be fine.
Yep, find a cabana, There's probably another ship. We'll get food tomorrow. It's fine. I saw coconuts and everything. Of course, we didn't touch those, but you know.
So how many people were in your group that was on the cruise?
We had a group of about 172, I think it was.
Wow.
And the entire ship had 900 and some guests. Nice. So our group was close to a third of the ship. I mean, pretty darn close to it. So it was pretty amazing to walk around the ship and see friends everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And on top of that, our server told us on the last night that there were more crew on the ship than guests.
Are you serious?
Yes. I had to stop and think about it, but it makes sense with the entertainment, with the servers, with the crew, all of the different aspects.
Yeah.
There were more crew members than guests.
Wow.
So if you can imagine how it just felt like we had our own ship and we had all the Marvel characters on it.
Oh my God.
I've been on the Queen Mary all by myself with no guests around. Is it creepy like that or is it fun?
No, it was so fun. There were enough of us in our group. So, if we went to any particular deck, we'd see someone with our lanyard and we knew that they were a part of our group. So even if we didn't happen to know that particular person, our group is friendly enough that we just go, hey, you're one of us, Yeah. We just kind of go from there. So it truly was amazing to see that.
Well, it definitely was the who's who of the WDW radio group. Every picture I saw was somebody I knew.
Everybody was in. And we were because I bought the photo package before we left. I actually, from past cancellations over the pandemic, I had enough onboard credits that before even leaving for the ship, I had over like $400 in onboard credits.
Wow.
So I used all of that, but I started out before we left with the unlimited photo package. And I just said, hey, with all the Marvel characters and with all the friends on this ship, I think it's going to be so worth it to get all the pictures. Oh, and Holly says that's how her cruise was too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right now is the time to be cruising if you don't like a lot of crowds.
Well, Mary says there's about 1,000 crew members on the ship, so that makes sense.
So we may have been close, but he did say that there were more. So I was amazed at that. But it was just the first day we get on the ship. Mickey and Minnie are there to greet us. It's not quite as it used to be, to where you just walk in the ship and they say your name. They still do that, but you have a specific dot to stand on.
Okay.
And so each family has their own dot to stand on to keep everyone socially distanced. Mickey and Minnie are in the front, and then they just, welcome everyone. They do a little kind of song and dance thing in the front. It was really fun. And then we move on and the next group starts coming in and they welcome the next families. So it was nice in that, we still got to see a little of what we're used to with Mickey and Minnie welcoming everyone on board, and they still say your names, and you still have other people in the atrium in the lobby area. So that was all a little bit of the same, but with a safe distance. Everything inside, we had to wear masks. Everything outside, like on the decks, or if we were eating, then we could take our masks off.
Okay.
They were very, very safe. That was formal night. So that was the final night. I'm going to tell you, we had so much luggage for this cruise. Between my husband and I both dressed up for Marvel Day at Sea. So we both had costumes for that. He was amazing. He changed 3 times.
Okay,
so
you can't leave a second. You have to tell us what the costumes were. I saw a very good Black Widow dress, but you got to tell us.
So I did my Black Widow dress, and I had a lot of Avengers shirts and things that I wore kind of throughout the week. But my Black Widow dress was my only costume because I really liked that. And it was comfortable enough that I didn't have to change, except for the shoes. I changed those a couple of times because the shoes that I thought were the cutest were not the most comfortable all day on cruise. So sometimes those sacrifices that we make.
Yes, right.
But and there was a time that I was actually carrying the shoes in a bag and just changing into them when I took a photo. I was like, oh nope, I'm done with the shoes.
Mhm.
But yeah, he actually was Ronin. So he was trying to go for the obscure. So there's a period in time after the snap that Hawkeye kind of goes into a negative place in this world, and that was Ronin, my husband, on the ship. And so we had
Did you introduce him? This is my husband, the killer.
and I, with Black Widow and Hawkeye, have kind of a special relationship anyway. So for us to do that, it was really fun.
Mhm.
We made friends with a fantastic character handler, Jamie, on the ship. And we actually gave him a shout out as we left in the remarks and things, because he saw us throughout the week and made sure that he knew that we liked photographs with our characters. He saw us in our costumes and he said, oh my gosh, you two have to go into D Lounge right now. Hawkeye and Black Widow are together. You've got to take a photo with them because you are together and they're together. So when we went in there, we actually had a group of friends that just kind of were all heading that way. And we just got this massive photo of tons of friends. So it was really so wonderful to have,
You were all
that.
dressed in Marvel costumes, right?
Yes, and we had some amazing Marvel costumes
Did
in our
you
group.
take a picture with you all posing?
Yes, we did. They were like, do a superhero pose. And one of my friends is very much into makeup, professional makeup and things. And she was completely blue.
I saw that.
And she painted,
Holy
hand painted, made her costume. It was unbelievable. I mean, some of my friends really have some talent. I just bought a dress, like, so, but it just was amazing. We saw Spider-Man. We got photos with, Spider-Man, Groot and Star-Lord and Iron Man, and Black Panther comes out for the meet and greet. And he was like the second in line. You go into a room and first is Iron Man. And then there's this empty area as we got into the room. And then all of a sudden, the first group is getting ready to be finished with their photos with Iron Man. And they're starting to go to this area. They haven't left yet, but you can tell they're winding down. All of a sudden, quick as lightning, just out of nowhere comes Black Panther. Somersaults, just this massive entrance, like,
Oh, wow.
Gymnast he was truly into the character of the moves. I mean, Black Panther, he had his stance down, his moves down, his flips and things. He was crazy amazing. And just that entrance that you have no idea what to look for. There were 2 shows, well, actually 3. There was a Doctor Strange did a show. So, which I, as sorcerer Beatrice, had a little chat with Doctor Strange about being a sorcerer.
He was amazing, those pictures of that guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
His show was wonderful. He kind of taught us how he does his stuff, and we all helped him do this task in his show. It was fantastic. But at the end of his show, he said that a good sorcerer keeps their open heart and open mind, and that improves I wrote it down because I was like, oh, I like that. It was very good. A good sorcerer always has an open heart and an open mind. So he was just great to chit chat with afterward. Thor and Loki were together for photos with us. Oh, just
how was that banter?
Oh, that was fun. So Loki didn't really want to be there, but he was there, and they were just, and their accents, they have that bit of a British sort of, my gosh, they were great. They had every bit of it down pat.
Wow.
So it really was great.
I have to ask, did Thor look like Thor?
Pretty much. Now, I don't know if it was all the suit, kind of thing that, but they really did look the part. They sounded it, they looked it, they had all of the mannerisms I don't know how they all did it, but they truly did. Black Widow had her stance, like all of their stances, their character, superhero poses. They're just, it was everywhere you look, it was amazing. But and then there was a USO show. So Captain America comes in, and it was like the olden days of, like World War II kind of, they're standing there, they're singing, they're doing the old music. Oh, I loved it because I love that sort of thing anyway. Yeah. And then Captain America comes in. So dancing to what?
Leave it to him to ask that question.
Let's see.
I
did not see Fat Thor.
Not allowed.
I kind of like middle-aged divorced Thor in his pajamas and robe.
Do you know someone in our group wanted to be him as their dress up? I was like, oh, you should have done that.
It's such an easy costume. I know I have the pieces upstairs.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. I was like, how great would that be? So, but yeah, we had a little bit of all of that. But then there were.
So was the Marvel stuff though? Was it only just the one day, or was it just the one day? Okay.
It was. So that was a very, very action-packed day because all of the characters were doing their photos with us on that day. Although toward the end of the cruise, I did see some of our superheroes doing meet and greets that were not announced or anything like that. It was just, usually you come down and see like princesses or whatever. So toward the end of the cruise, they did have a few just random, I walked up and saw Doctor Strange. So
thanks, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. Yes. Are you leaving Jay out?
Yeah, if I can't be at Disney, I would take a Disney cruise any day. And quite honestly,
in your leg. Ouch.
See, I've never taken a Disney cruise. I'm waiting till I can do it with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I should just go ahead and do it and not wait for the kids to get older, for the family to come out? Just go ahead and do it.
So I have done Disney cruises alone, but they were all group cruises that I did know other people that were on the ship. To be quite honest, I feel like so many people on the ship are just friendly anyway. Oh.
Thank you, Cindy.
Oh,
you should. You know what? You should do it.
Yeah, you should,
and then go later when you are planning on doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I want my nephews to get a little older to kind of bring them with some of the stuff like the Star Cruiser. So maybe I should not wait. Just go ahead and get the experience.
Right.
Yep. And then you'll have more insight to help when they're there. Mm-hmm. You'll know where, all the things are. Like I saw where the nursery was or where the Oceaneers Club and, what kinds of things they do. Typically, right now with COVID, not all things are happening. Like the It's a Small World nursery was not open yet, but some of the, the Oceaneers Club was, other things were open. But a lot of times when you first get on a ship, there's an open house. So you could go check it out and say, I'd like to see this for my family to come next time. Right. And just ask them questions. They'll be happy to let you in there when the kids aren't in there so you can see and maybe give some input to your family.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
But so then there was, let's see, what else did we have? The USO show, we had Mickey and Friends did a really, really fun superhero celebration. So they were on the pool deck and everyone had spots to stand on. So it's not like everyone's crowded in like they usually are, which was okay with a cruise as low capacity as we had.
Right.
I can't imagine how it would be on a normal numbered ship.
I don't think that that's even possible. I really don't.
No, probably not.
Do you have any idea how long they're still planning on keeping capacity down from normal?
I have not heard. Disney doesn't give out numbers a lot. So it's kind of hard to find out that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But truly, I can't see how the show, they did have the show twice. So they had, both the Mickey and Friends superhero celebration we had the early show, and then the late dining had a second show afterward.
Oh, okay.
So that was good too. They kind of break it up that way, and then they separate everyone by the dots, so to stand in distance away from other people. But it was fun because every character had their own favorite superhero. Mickey was Captain America, and then they all talked about the superhero and what it takes to be a superhero. Like Captain America is honor. Minnie was Spider-Girl, and she talked about the responsibility. And so each superhero, Hulk is strength, and he was Donald. So Donald was the Hulk. Daisy was Black Widow, and she was talking about determination in her little thing. Goofy was Iron Man, and he was about the future. Chip and Dale were Thor and Loki, and they were clever. Cleverness. Pluto was teamwork, so he came out with an Avengers bandana, and he was the teamwork of the whole thing. And so each of the characters, not only did they talk about their superhero feature that makes you, a superhero, but they also had a fun dance move. So then you're learning each dance move, and then at the end you're like, you're doing the whole shebang, with them. It was so fun.
How cute.
That was adorable. I loved all of their costumes and how their costumes kind of matched their personalities in a weird sort of way,
They need to sell plush of that on board.
Yes, they do. I would love that with the Hulk is my favorite character, and we were married, of course, Chris, on Donald's birthday. So I would absolutely have bought a Donald with the Hulk t-shirt.
Yeah.
But that is one thing that I would say Disney knew this, but there weren't a lot of merchandise opportunities to get a lot of things. We wanted, Marvel Day at Sea shirts, and there might have been a few cups, Tervis kind of things, but there were not a lot of choices. So I kind of feel like with all the other things that are caught somewhere in, cruise ship or in transit that just never got somewhere, I feel like there's a ton of Marvel stuff that's sitting in someplace,
sitting in some box container somewhere. Yeah.
That's exactly what I feel, because that they would have made more merchandise.
Totally.
Yeah, it's so not Disney to not have.
No.
Right. So that was my one kind of disappointment. It wasn't a big one, but it was one. Yeah, of course I bought things anyway. We have tons of stuff, but I would have liked to have seen more Marvel Day at Sea. And I'll tell you, even though I've done this, I would absolutely do another one because it was just that much fun. We had a Marvel Day, we had a pirate night, we had a formal night. Like every day was something different. We had costumes for everything.
So what did the formal night entail?
So by the time we got to formal night, it was the last night of the ship, and I was exhausted from all the running around and costumes we had done all week. So I just kind of declared myself unformal. I had a formal dress in the room, and I did not put it on. I was like, nope, we're going with the regular, just plain old dress that's going to be comfy, because I was a pirate one night, I was Black Widow one. I was dressed in so many costumes that I just wanted to not.
Were you like Rose and Titanic? You had all those steamer trunks coming up.
Yeah, no kidding. We did. My husband and I had 2 large suitcases, and then he still had a garment bag because he brought 2 suits. We had Brunch Apollo. I mean, we had already dressed up in dressy clothes. We were like, no, I'm not feeling formal night. But, it was absolutely fine. We were not the only ones who were kind of done with dressing up at that point. So fortunately, with a Disney cruise, you don't really have to, you have certain things. You're not going to go in a bathing suit to a nice dinner, but wasn't like we definitely had to wear formal clothes. Yeah. So we still went to the nice restaurant. We had a wonderful time. That was the night that Rapunzel was the show that we saw. So
how was that?
Loved it. I loved it. And Rapunzel's is a dining room there as well. So they were celebrating Rapunzel's birthday. Oh, and so it was almost like a little show in the dining room. So one night, the first night of the cruise, you had Mickey and friends parading through the dining room. So there's, Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Don. They're all coming through the dining room. The last night we had Rapunzel doing kind of a little entertainment throughout the dinner. One time
cool.
they're doing a dance, or they're coming back out a few minutes later. So it was just so many. Not only the shows, but the dinners were entertaining as well. We had animators palette to where we all drew our pictures, and then our pictures got to be drawn to life kind of thing. And pun intended with our new friend. So they kind of come to life in the dining room. So that was fun too. Like even our meals were entertaining. So I would absolutely.
Did Rapunzel have a dream?
We did. Actually,
Good question, Janina.
The guys saying that I have a dream, so I was sitting there singing that while we're doing dinner and everything too. And speaking of dreams, Disney Dreams and Enchanted Classic is a very popular stage show that's on this ship. So that one is a fun. Anne-Marie actually. It reminds me a bit of, in a weird sort of way, it reminds me of Scrooge, kind of at Christmas. Like she goes to sleep and then she's kind of visited by all these Disney characters and they kind of tell their story and she has to believe. And, it's a very kind of empowering, inspiring, really optimistic, fun show. But she has to believe before like 6 a.m. So all these characters are kind of meeting her in her sleep, and taking her off to their far off land to help her in their own ways. So it's a great show too. So
how long are the shows on board?
What was that?
How long are the shows on board?
Usually those are like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah,
they're all so good.
I know. I love it. I believe that one's an hour, but like Mickey's show was 30 to 45 minutes up on the pool deck. The Avengers show that happened later that night, that's where the fireworks happened. So Disney cruises have fireworks on board. So that evening, a lot of times they do fireworks night on their pirate night, but not on Marvel Day at Sea. It's on the Marvel Day at Sea.
Oh, okay.
night. So it was called Heroes Unite. And Iron Man had come up with this great new creation that he was doing media preview like of his new creation. So he's walked out by these ladies and all of a sudden, the reporters on the side, like, we're doing this. And, his product is this. And all of a sudden, Loki and Red Skull, the villains, are trying to come and steal this product. And there's Hydra. I mean, go run up and down the deck.
Wow.
These Hydra characters are like going after, the reporter. They're behind the scenes of, so you see all the chaos in the background. And so fortunately, Iron Man had invited some of his friends to come to the media preview as well. So Spider-Man comes flying in to help. Captain Marvel comes flying in to help. So you're seeing them like above your head, like flying over you to come down. It's just crazy cool. There's Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye. Thor comes in to take care of Loki. It was bad. There was at the end, Star-Lord, Groot, Gamora, Captain Marvel. Black Panther came in. It was just everything was just amazing. And then in the middle of that, then there's fireworks, and then the show takes place again. Like they're all like doing their little fight, and then it kind of closes down for a bit. Like, so you kind of draw your attention to the fireworks, and then people come out, and it's a whole other scene sort of thing that happens.
Cool. So, that's real. Oh, yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah. The fireworks from the Disney cruise is amazing.
It is really, yeah. It really is a lot of fun to see that out in the water.
Yep.
Usually you think of like distress when you see fireworks at sea, but Disney makes that fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were there any other ships in the area that stopped to watch the fireworks?
We could see a few in the distance.
On 2 cruises.
Yes, we did see a few in the distance. So, and in fact, as someone who has recently cruised on several other ships, I could actually easily recognize the Virgin Voyages ship going by us with its bright red, so we were like, oh, we know who that one is.
Are the ships honking at each other?
No, not on this one. Maybe when we were in the port and we were about to leave, because we did our Disney one, and then I heard another ship doing one a little bit later. It was pretty close to ours, so I don't know if maybe they intended it to be that, or maybe they were the next to go out. I wasn't. But yeah, they might have been doing a little bit of. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Definitely need to book a cruise. I'm already booking another one, actually. So I plan to be on the Wish for her first Christmas this year. So I'm already booking the next one. But I would absolutely book Marvel again. No questions asked. Even though I've done this just to see the characters. And from what I understand, on a normal pre-COVID days, the characters are just kind of walking around you. Like all of a sudden you turn around and there's,
they just freely walk around the ship?
Yes, that's what I hear they used to do. So I would definitely go back. Now, I didn't feel like I missed a thing. I mean, it was so action-packed. There was so much happening. But so I loved it the way it was. But I would also do it all over again because, there's Pirate Night. I saw Captain Jack Sparrow. There was Minnie Mouse dressed in her pirate gear. I mean, it was so action-packed that I never got to really slow down. So, I mean... Stitch and his pirate. Yeah. Stitch was a pirate. Minnie was a pirate. Daisy was a pirate. I saw Captain Jack Sparrow. Just so many things.
Yeah.
No pictures of Jack Sparrow. I would have put that up and kept that up.
Do you know, I did take pictures with him, and I don't know if they didn't get on my little memory stick that they gave us. Or if I know someone either had my phone or someone else's phone to take the photos, but I thought it was their PhotoPass people. I was actually looking for that today, and I didn't see the ones with Captain Jack. So, but I definitely did have a little chit chat with him and took some photos. So they're probably in my hundreds somewhere.
Right.
Oh, it was so fun. So I just wanted to capture every moment and remember everything.
We have the funniest picture of Paul and I with Jack Sparrow. He was the things he was saying to us, I would not repeat.
Oh, come on.
They were off the wall, I'm telling you.
Yes.
And the look, like one of the pictures, Paul's got this look where he's like, he couldn't believe that he was heard. They are just such great pictures with him.
So I believe that it was in the PhotoPass. I just have to make sure that I am not just, kind of missing it on my own. It could be in there with all the other things, but I don't think it is. So I'll have to check. I actually didn't even think about Pirate Night again until today, as I was kind of thinking about tonight. I was like, oh, yeah, I did see Jack out there. So, it made me kind of think about that. So,
yeah, Mary says you can contact them if you're missing any photos. So,
okay.
They do have entire departments that if you tell them, what time, what you were wearing, that kind of thing, they absolutely help. But yeah, I didn't even think about that until today, and I was too busy to get that far into it. But he is definitely, it was a fun pirate day.
What do you think Red's going to join him on board and have the two of them interacting?
That would be awesome.
She will on the Wish.
Oh, she will?
Yeah.
I actually saw that she's leading it on the Wish. Captain Jack will be there, but she's going to have a very, very active part on the Wish in Pirate Night.
Very cool.
Very nice. So. Yeah, those are two characters I want to see just feed off each other for a whole afternoon.
I see that coming for sure. Yep. And the Wish actually just sailed in a little bit of water. They did. Week, so we're getting closer. But yeah, Red is definitely going to play an active part in that.
So did you have any kids in your group of
Not
people, or was
in
it all adults?
well, in the large group of us, yes,
Mhm.
we did have some children in there,
Okay.
but not in my household. But yeah,
Yeah.
we did have some that were. They seemed to really enjoy it. I mean, we had fun at
Mhm.
Castaway. The 2 days that we went there, our group,
Mhm.
there's a 5K, so I got the medal for doing the 5K. It's kind of a virtual race. You don't have like a start and finish person there.
Mhm.
But when
Mhm.
you cross the finish line, as you finish the 5K, then there's a little kiosk there. You have to go over to it and they'll hand you the
Mhm.
medal.
Mhm.
So it was tons of fun out there. We had a beautiful weather. We were all at the beach, so it was not too cold to be in the beach. The water was a little bit chilly, but
Mhm.
it was perfect weather.
Good. Good. Good.
How is Castaway Cay? Just for a whole day, you just play, hang out in the sun.
Mhm.
People were parasailing. We
What?
had, yeah,
Yeah.
there are fun activities. You can rent a bicycle, so you can,
Mhm.
bike around the island. There are little trails that you can do. There's the 5K. There's you can rent like a little inner tube to swim.
Mhm.
Um, I always like to go to the adult side of the island to eat because there are
Mhm.
some special food items that they have over there that they don't have on the children's side, on the
Right.
family side.
It is an
So,
adult only area, Jay, and don't think that I'm saying this because I'm trying to go another route with this.
We had an old co-host who has a lot of trouble with that. And you are by no means him, Chris.
No, 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 no,
We had one. We had to keep a squirt bottle handy anytime he opened his
no,
mouth.
no,
Squirt bottle and a rolled up newspaper,
no,
just waiting for him.
no. But that is that was where we had a Jack Sparrow encounter
Mhm.
on our first cruise. Was over there, and I mean, he was perfection.
Oh
I
yeah.
have never seen anything as close to the real thing as this person.
Mhm.
What did you? He's not real.
He's real, all right.
He even
My
busted me because I called him Jack and he said that's Captain. I was like,
Yes,
okay,
it's
yes,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
it definitely was. He was great.
Yeah, I
But
mean even the walk,
oh
everything
yeah,
was
yeah.
just
he's got the swagger.
Mhm,
Any actor who can nail that part, because I'm not a big character person, but when someone nails that, I'm like, yes,
Mhm.
please, I want your picture.
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, Mary, he is. He's really a lot of fun roaming around the beach. And I think he was behaving a little differently
With the
at the
adults,
adult beach than he does on the kids.
he can be more fun.
Yeah, yeah,
He
Mhm.
can have more fun without the kids.
yeah, yeah. Fun with kids, but more fun
And
without, right?
without. That's
Chewy?
Disney. That's Disney in general.
So I actually had an encounter with the Captain Jack that I think I can share. So I had these gold coins, the chocolate, the chocolate little
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
coins. So I gave him a few of those, and so I told him because the pirate's booty, and I said, well, I wanted to give him those coins so that he would not
Mhm.
forget my booty, and he said that he would never forget anything like that. So he may remember for a couple of cruises the special little incident that. But he has
Yes.
my gold coins. So
Yes,
my
there
chocolate.
is Star Wars cruises, isn't there?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have been on a Star Wars cruise.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and with the Star Wars cruise, it was also one day. So it was a
Mhm.
Star
Okay.
Wars day at sea.
Right.
And
Do you stay the night, or is it just one day you go out and come back?
it was a several day cruise, but the
Mhm.
one day of the 4 or 5 day, whatever
Okay.
cruise it was,
Yeah, they
one
just
day is
dedicate.
just Star Wars
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And then that's where you see like all the characters and there's a Star
Yeah.
Wars kind of
So just
show.
like the Marvel, it was
Okay.
one full day of that portion of the cruise.
And a lot of people dress up for that as well.
Mhm.
So, and it's not quite the same as, when you're in Walt Disney World or Disneyland, you can't wear the face mask or whatever. They already know that you're on the ship and you're safe. And it's not like, so you can
Mhm.
wear face masks. You can be the full, stormtrooper
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well,
So-
Brian certainly was.
Right.
He looked great.
Well, you have to wear a mask anyway, so
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
worked. So he didn't have to. Some of our friends had to put face masks on when they went inside. He had it, so it kind of worked out for the times as it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Surprised they haven't made like
Following
Halloween masks now with KN95s automatically in there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
gosh.
He actually changed. I told him I wanted him to be Ronin for a lot of our character photos with the Marvel
Mhm.
characters, but he also changed into a Spider-Man and an Iron Man for different portions of the day.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that he was disappointed because he realized he didn't take any photos with the Spider-Man that he had, and he was like, "That was my favorite." And I was like, "Oh,
Aw.
we'll have to do it again. Let's go do it again. We'll
There
try."
you go.
Who won for most obscure Marvel character?
I don't know that they actually gave out, kind of a prize for that,
Mhm.
but we all definitely had our picks because we had some very good ones. Some people thought Brian was a character. They actually asked for photos with him because no one else was that.
Mhm.
So that was pretty fun.
His costume was fantastic. That
It
was
was. It
spot
was
on.
really good. Where did he
Hawkeye
get
was a little
that?
concerned. Hawkeye was happy that Brian didn't have any arrows. Yeah, because he's not always the nicest of characters.
Yeah. Where did he get that?
He bought it on Amazon. It wasn't
Oh,
really
wow.
that expensive either.
Okay.
So, it was kind of like a Party City sort of thing. You can probably get a few uses out of it.
Oh, sure.
But-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a great character.
Yeah.
We
Very
need to have
cool.
an obscure Marvel character party.
Yep, exactly. We'll have to do that for Halloween this year.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be Squirrel Girl. We had one of those too. Someone was a squirrel.
Are you serious?
I
Wow.
am so serious. She was a squirrel.
Tail and
It was
everything.
great.
That's great.
I didn't get a photo with her. I think I was in my PJs at that time. We had 2 PJ parties on top of it.
Mhm.
So it was like, full pajamas, but, family friendly kind of thing.
Mhm.
So we had a lot of adults walking around in onesies and, it was
Yeah.
like full.
Yeah. So out of everybody in your group, who was your favorite character that somebody dressed up as?
Oh, was it Nebula? The blue.
Yeah,
Um,
that was good.
That truly was.
Mhm.
And I think if anyone would have won a character contest, it would have had to have been her. She
Mm.
had, really beautiful stage makeup
Mhm.
because she does cosplay. So
Yeah.
she made it, she had the ears, it was
Mhm.
inside. She even put the makeup like in her nostrils and her ears and like
Wow.
all of the but then
Mhm.
later she was in a different costume and there was no blue on her at all. It was just absolutely fantastic.
Hmm.
But she created this costume. She hand stitched all the blue like gems that were on the costume.
Mhm.
It was almost like there were rubber things. It felt like on her face. It was almost looked like
I mean,
little
that's a
jewels.
lot of commitment just for one day.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
Mary says, I bet Jeremy dressed up. Did he?
I don't know that they wore a full-on suit just because some people said to me that they were afraid of how much they were going to commit themselves because times were so sketchy right now. Are we really going? Are we, how much am I going to get my hopes up kind of thing?
Mhm.
So I had some friends that did not dress up or they just wore, Avengers shirt or something like that. Or, a t-shirt or something that they could wear out in public too, because they were like, I just wasn't sure how much to commit.
Right.
But fortunately
That's
for us, we
understandable.
didn't have to fly. We didn't have to do all this. So we brought loads of luggage.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Now I want to go as Ego the Living Planet and just bring a big ball planet costume and stick my face out. There you
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
You
That's too
have your
funny.
superhero, as long as you do your what is it? Honor, responsibility, strength, determination. You got add all of your own special effects and
Keep knocking my flowers over. Sorry.
Aw,
Should not have put them on my desk.
Oh, you have to show those.
yes.
Okay, so
Let's see.
my husband sent me. He goes, I'm not big into flowers, so he sent me a Star Wars bouquet.
I love it.
How
love
cool
it.
is this?
That is
so
so
awesome.
awesome.
Yes.
Good job, Chris.
And it'll
That is
last.
So cool.
It will. And actually, I'm going to put it back in the card after today, and we'll see it again next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's okay, Jeff. We're glad you made it, even if it is for the end.
Happy Valentine's Day, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary, it is. It's one of those pop-up cards.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But I made a mistake of putting it here. So every time you see me do something, I'm putting it back up.
Yeah.
My Valentine's was actually from the cruise. So my husband knows that I'm a big plush person. So I have a Captain Duffy and a Pirate Mickey. He snuck away while we were on the cruise. So that was my Valentine's present.
So they're still selling the Duffies?
They are on the ship right now.
Oh my gosh. I have that one. I got that one. I want to say I've had that one since 2012.
Wow.
Oh, I walked up and just hugged him on the first night. I didn't want to put him down, but I did. I was like,
I thought you meant Duffy merchandise. Duffy himself is on the boat?
No, just the merchandise.
No, just the stuffed animal she was hugging.
Yes.
Yeah, he's so cute. He's
I
so
didn't want to let
soft.
him go, so
yes,
he's my buddy.
He is adorable. I'm amazed he didn't make it big in America like he did Japan.
I just don't understand. I really don't. There's so many people I know that love Duffy.
Mickey Mouse's teddy bear. That's all you have to say.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's so stinking cute.
I loved it when he was at Epcot, and I miss him.
I have a great picture of me and Duffy from 2014 and I was there at Halloween time. So he was dressed up with this little pumpkin thing on. It was so cute.
That might be my favorite.
Why Mary? Why do people hate Duffy? I don't
understand that.
He's so cute. Even someone as jaded as I'm like, I want to hug him. I want a Duffy hug.
And he's got so many friends, and he's got Shelly May, he's got Olu, who's in Alani, like so many fun characters. But out of all of them, I think Duffy's my favorite.
And he's very popular in the Orient parks. So what's the deal? Why? I don't understand. Everybody loves teddy bears. What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
that's Mickey Mouse's teddy bear. What else? Enough said.
That's that's all you have to hear. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
So what would you say your favorite moment of that cruise is?
That's a tough one, but I think that it would be the superhero show that they did, because it was just so epic to have all of the characters live in your face. The superheroes, the villains, the fireworks was a part of that. Every bit of that was just unbelievable, because it was kind of going around the deck too, because basically this press release, the bugle was there, to report that they were doing this.
Please tell me a cranky J. Jonah Jameson was there yelling at Spider-Man. That would be worth the money.
That would be funny though.
Walking up to people, he's a menace.
The reporter was there, and they did kind of say like, well, where's the photographer? And we don't. So the reporter came down after, because Spider-Man was doing his thing, so
Mhm.
he wasn't the photographer. But they were like, well, the photographer is supposed to be here. So the girl who was the reporter comes running down after it was all over, and she says, well, okay, I'll just try to get a picture of you all, because so then they're all doing their superhero pose for her picture.
Mhm.
And it was great because then everyone else could get a photo of all the superheroes together with their
cool.
pose. So
Yeah.
it was a brilliant ending to the
Yeah.
show, because then you got a photo of all of them doing, like, they stood still for a bit because
Yeah.
she's getting her photo, and it's like
Cool.
The kind of picture you want as your Facebook background.
Yeah,
exactly.
really.
It was
Absolutely.
every
Yeah.
bit of that show was wonderful, because we were up on the second deck of it. We weren't down on the pool deck, because you get a little higher perspective. You can see the entire stage. So when the characters were above us, I mean, they were like literally right above our heads, and then they
Mhm.
flew down.
Mhm.
So it was very, very fun to see that. Captain Marvel had her superhero stance the entire way she's coming down. It was like, oh,
Wow.
so beautiful.
Wow.
I'm a geek. That's like my dream come true to see those characters live.
Yeah.
Right.
I would be geeking out big time.
I was.
We're
Big
at
time.
the end of our hour, guys. Sorry, I let it go too long. I just wanted to hear about your trip.
Yes.
Before we go, I have to ask: when Black Panther makes his huge entrance and he does all that double and he comes in, how would he react if I went, psst, 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 here, kitty, kitty, kitty?
Oh boy, I don't know. He would just
He'd walk up and go, oh.
right. Oh, he was great. He was. I'm so glad that I got to see the entrance.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we are at the end of our journey once again this week. It went super fast again. So next week is
Lily.
Holly, Stan, and Justin
Yeah.
for the live. And Justin, I'm sure, will be talking about his trip that they are leaving on tomorrow to Disneyland. And they are going for the first time since 2016.
Wow.
So he has a lot to see and experience. So we wish them a wonderful trip.
Absolutely.
And we have an episode coming out this week. We did our favorite Disney couples.
Oh,
Our love show.
It's love all week.
It is. It's love week.
What I don't love is the time, but we got to go, guys. Sorry.
Yep, we do.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for being here, everyone. Bye.
No, we have to end now. Go. What are you still doing here? Go.
Oh, all right.
that was